first met them, I would go to rec centers, for example, where they're meeting. They used to have times where they would come, and I would go to some of these meetings where the breast cancer people were sitting around a table, but they were talking about breast cancer, right? So to me, I thought, well, geez, you probably don't really want to talk about breast cancer. Why don't you talk about something else about breast cancer? What else could you be doing? One of the commonest questions I get asked if I get on to Latin America or Europe or something is, well, why dragon boat? Where'd that come from? But that was a very, very simple exercise from my part, because I wanted something that is upper body, really strenuous, visible, has a lot of people in it. And my background had been canoeing. I'd been with the Olympic team for, by that time, almost 20 years, dealing with our really top fit people. I used to be one of the relatively fit canoeing, kayaking guys myself. So answer to a solution that was going to provide that visible thing that people could stand on the shore and watch. The first time we ever got on the boat, this isn't about breast cancer. This is about health and exercise and the rest of your life. So forget breast cancer. If you're going to get in this boat, we're going to do something very positive. We're going to change your life. Yeah, there's lots of things that are oh my gosh moments for this. But I think that the most striking thing to me is look at what these women have done, not what I did, right? Look at the women who have grasped onto this. And if you start looking around at the different sites, where have we kind of ended up with a dragon boat, breast cancer dragon boat team? There is always in those sites one or two very passionate, driven breast cancer survivors who think this is a good idea and we're going to do it. And they don't know how to say no. They don't know the word impossible. It's not an easy thing to do to start a dragon boat team. You need a lot of resources. You need expertise that have several segments of what goes on in the sport, in the community, in the medical profession. Pulling it all together is not easy. And yet, when I look back and I realize how big this is, it's awesome how people have done that. Like not me, those women have actually said, we're doing this. And that is really the biggest wow factor, is looking around and thinking what those women have achieved. I had a pretty good idea. The women took over very quickly, as it should be. We're doing it because there's still places in the world that, traditional medicine is still there. Oh, you got cancer, this, no, I wouldn't do too much, kind of take it easy. And we're saying, no, that's not right. Exercise is part of your treatment. It's not just something that you're going to do because you enjoyed it. It's something that you need to do it because it affects your outcome. Exercise changes survival. We've proven that exercise is as good as these types of chemotherapy. So exercise then becomes what's called standard of care. If you have breast cancer, you're going to have surgery, you might get chemo, you might get radiation, but you should get exercise. Standard of care. So that's a big outcome for something that started 30 years ago, but it's a critically important one because it changes the landscape for treating cancer. I think the next 30 years, I think we still have a lot of work to do. Well, if we're abreast in a boat, what I really hope is that we don't need it anymore, so that we have a cure for cancer. We still exercise, but we figured out how to turn off the molecules that become uncontrolled cancerous things, and we know a lot more in 30 years than we do now. And the breast in a boat, yeah, I remember that. I remember when we had a boat for people who had breast cancer, but we don't have breast cancer anymore, so we don't have a boat anymore. Buy into this, believe in it, have some fun, make it fun. It's not competitive. What you're competing is you're looking for women's health, period. So stick with it. The people that you're doing it with are angels as far as I can see. They're just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And the amount of support and love that is brought into that boat I mean, it's therapeutic stuff. I mean, it really is. It's a miracle, really.